I wanted to come on here and make a video about social media. All right, and I want to let people know it is okay to disengage with social media. It's okay to say enough's enough and I'm going to delete the apps or an app that is particularly robbing me of joy or time or both. It's okay, right? You're not weak. I had to do it before. I've had to delete Twitter. I didn't delete the account. I deleted the app itself off my phone. This was years ago because I was in college and I was like, this is taking too much of my time. I'm learning too much about people, places, or things I didn't really like. It was just too much. It was overwhelming my brain. I just didn't like how it made me feel after endlessly scrolling on Twitter at the time. So I just deleted the app. And then, yeah, I felt so much more free. It was so weird, right? I didn't delete it for that long. It was like for a couple months. I just needed a couple months break from this shit. And I was so out of loop on so many memes and jokes. And you know what? I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't have no FOMO or nothing. I just didn't care because I cared so much more about how positive my mind and body felt, right, from deleting the shit. And sometimes that's what it takes. And I'm not weak for doing it, and you're not weak for doing it either. If you feel like you're so addicted to this thing where it's like every 2 seconds you have to get on, or every time you're on your phone, you just have to automatically go on TikTok or whatever, YouTube or whatever, sometimes you gotta just disengage with the shit, bro. Just reset your brain and just almost like take a vacation from the shit. I'm not someone who's like feels better than someone else for deleting and not being on certain social medias. I'm not. I don't look at it that way. I look at it for as case by case. And for one person, it could be social media is ruining their attention spans or life in some type of way. So they need to take a break. For others, they're able to just do what they gotta do on it and leave. Because social media is not for the weak. It's an endless, bottomless pit of discourse because it's endless data of people just having discourse over everything. Everything. There's discourse about how the proper way to tie your shoes. There's discourse about a certain song. There's discourse about art piece that's meant to be interpreted different ways from different people. There's discourse about gun violence. There's discourse about political views. There's discourse about gender wars. There's discourse about dating. There's discourse about tip culture in America. There's discourses about everything. There's discourses about things you don't even know about because it's on like Japanese Twitter or something, for example. It's on something where you don't, unless you translate the tweet and really dive into their culture, you understand their discourse. There's so many different discourses. It's endless. And it's not your job to fight or be a part of every single discourse. It just isn't. All right, like for me, I refuse because some of the people you're talking to are bots. Some of the people you're talking to are real, but they get money and they get off, or both, on engagement. And so they're going to do whatever and say whatever, even if they don't believe it, to make you angry enough to continuously quote tweet, retweet, and spend hours of your day doing this shit, doing this song and dance that you're going to have to do tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then one day you're just going to be dead, right? And then your legacy is going to be Twitter fingers. No, fuck that. For me personally, that's not what I want it to be. So I disengage. I don't do it. I disengage. And it's okay to just be like, I don't want to be a part of whatever this fucking beast that social media is. And just disengage from it. Right? It's gotten to the point, like, especially during Instagram, where it's like, comparison's the thief of joy, bro. People on Instagram love flaunting everything. Everything. Whether it's their lifestyle, whether it's their clothing, whether it's their beliefs, whether it's their affiliation, whatever. They like to show off the best part of their lives. Everyone does. Everyone likes that. There's literally a way to put your highlights of your highlights on Instagram. It's sickening. And it makes a lot of people feel bad about themselves. If you're one of those people, it's okay to just disengage from Instagram. Be like, this is not doing anything for me. If I want to catch, like truly on Instagram, no one has like 500 to 1,000 friends they need to keep track of every single fucking day. You just don't. The 4 or 5 people that you really want to keep track of their lives, you have their phone number, You probably go to their houses, or if they live abroad or stuff like that. Text, call, FaceTime. There's so many other ways. There's so many other ways. We don't have to. We don't have to do this song and dance. You don't have to. There's ways, man. And that person doesn't want to communicate with you via text, call, FaceTime, whatever, a couple times a month or a couple months out the year or whatever. Then that's a whole different issue that Instagram's not going to fix anyway, because it won't fix how you feel about that person never contacting you. It just won't. It really won't. So there's something you have to disengage from these things, and I hope as a society we figure that out. That's why I kind of miss the days of LAN parties, like the days of people just coming to their house and doing split screen gaming or other stuff like that. Because while online gaming is really cool, it's the natural evolution of gaming, and I'm using this as an example of, like, from my space or sphere of life. Online gaming is cool. There's nothing wrong with it. It deserves to have its place here, right? But it does cause, especially if your friends obviously move. You're all adults, and you're adults. You move around, yada yada yada. But there's something missing about the community feeling of being in person, enjoying each other's spaces, having conversations in a particular space where not everything's being recorded or everything's dependent on, like, there's something about being in the same space as people you care about and love than being always wired into something. And I think we went very too far away from knowing what's good for us because we're so hooked and addicted to a lot of these things, right? And again, don't do it because you want to take the higher than approach, right? Don't delete social media or be like, or make a video, those fucking videos I hate, where it's like, I deleted social media and I feel like I'm superior to. No, do it because it makes you feel bad of it, and it makes you feel a certain way. So you need to do that to make yourself feel better, so you can enjoy your quality life, or so you can up your quality life yourself with your two hands. Do it for that reason. Do it for you. Don't do it as a performative piece to make it appear that you're better than other people or you're living a better life than other people. It doesn't do anything to anyone, including yourself. It just makes you look like a jackass. So that's all I have to say, man. Sometimes it's okay to just disconnect, go on a picnic, read a book, play your video game, and or talk to your friends, or go to if you can afford it, go to a sporting event, or like whatever your friends. Sometimes you can just go do stuff and not have to do it because I gotta post something on social media. I work and have a company, a media company, and I'm telling you this. I have to actually work with media and go to events for the purpose of that, right? But there's plenty of things I do that people will never see, like go to an Orioles game, or go to a Dodgers game, or go to Atlanta Braves game, or a Baltimore Ravens game, or New York Giants game, whatever the case may be. I always go to events because, hey, this is exciting, right? For example, I'm going to my first ever Ravens game. I cover the Ravens a lot. I'm going to my first ever game this year. Super excited. I'm going to record that because I want to show people who've never been to the stadium like myself how to navigate to your seats. I know they have like a menu that's way less pricier, so you can actually enjoy food at the stadium and not go bankrupt. I want to cover that. I do stuff like that. But there's also opportunities where I've been to a bunch of Wizards games, or a bunch of what game I went to the other day. Oh man, I went to my first Astros game in Houston. Like, that was fun. I didn't record that, I filmed that, but that was fun. So like things like that. I'll record some things. And I won't record a lot of things. Just live in the moment. Do what you have to do for your mental health, man. Much love. We're gonna get through this, y'all. Peace.